good morning. Now we are continuing very interesting topic percentages. So before we start the program, let me see if there is any comments from your side. So check cheyama comments unnayama. Students, if you have any queries and if you have any doubts, please post. Unless you post, I just cannot understand where we are actually proceeding. That is all important. So this is all about developing our skill. In fact, it is not knowledge. You might have seen that aptitude is nothing but a natural ability of learning. So the process, what I am actually telling you or what you are learning, it should be put in practice unless you cannot develop your original skills. So you please let me know if I am going quick or if I am getting slow, something like whatever the confusion you may be having, you please let me know, right? Okay students, so now we already started with percentages. Now we will be continuing with that. So as I told you already, percentage is nothing but a fraction. Any percentage can be converted into a fraction and a fraction can be converted into a percentage. So what I do, I just give you some fractional values. You please let me know what is the percentage equivalent. Come on student, write down. Make it fast, make it fast. Let me know what is the percentage equivalent of these fractions. I believe that I think you must be having some idea about this already, and let me check it out. Tell me what is 1 by 2. Come on students, write down, make it fast. Let me see how you are doing. I must see where we stand, unless I just cannot proceed. 1 by 2, it is equivalent to, come on students. So 1 by 2, 1 by 3, 1 by 4, 1 by 5, come on quick. I am waiting for your response. Please, come on, go ahead. So 1 by 2 should be equivalent to what percentage? And 1 by 3, 1 by 4, 1 by 5. Yeah students, well done. I think you are responding, some of you are doing very well. Now just let me see. 1 by 2 is nothing but 50%. 1 by 3 is nothing but 33 1 by 3%. 1 by 4 is nothing but 25%. You remember student? You remember, even if you don't remember, we can get it, man. That is not a very big issue. If at all, if you don't remember, what we do? We obviously do some calculations before arriving at a conclusion. You see that 1 by 2, 1 by 2, if you convert the same, if you multiply the same by 100, you get 50%. Like that 1 by 3, if you multiply the same by 100, you get 33 1 by 3%. 1 by 4, if you multiply the same by 100, you get 25%, isn't it? So these are all something that we can remember. That's not a very big issue, but only thing is how good we are actually. If you remember that, it is useful for you to get the calculations a little faster. What is all important is getting calculations, because this is all about calculations. 1 by 5 is 20%, 1 by 6 is 16, 2 by 3%, 1 by 7, 14, 2 by 7%, 1 by 8, 12.5%, 1 by 9, 11, 1 by 9%. Students, you remember that? You remember that, my dear students? I hope yes. 8, 1 by 3%. Actually, there is no compulsion that we need to remember these percentage equivalents, but it will be useful for you, because in coming days obviously we will be doing more number of calculations. So before that, better we have some idea before we proceed ahead. Comfortable students? And let me give you some interesting an example why percentages are so important. So let me relate what we are actually doing. Let me relate to the current scenario. If we can look at the current scenario, coronavirus, corona positive cases are rising like anything. Yesterday, if you could see that India has registered the highest number of corona cases in the world. In fact, 75,000 is the first time ever a country registered those many cases. Now a question comes, is that really matters? Is that really, it is a situation where we need to be panic? Of course no. Of course no. So that is not the criteria, but only thing is we should see that we must be able to stop the spreading of corona. At the same time, corona is not really that deadly, therefore we can definitely handle. But my question to you, let me come to our state Andhra Pradesh. If you think that across the globe India is supposed to be hotspot, in India Andhra Pradesh is one of the hotspots. If you can look at that, students, if you can look at that, in Andhra Pradesh our corona cases are close to 16.2/3%. Our corona cases are something close to 16.2/3%. Let us see how to understand this particular percentage. In newspaper, if you read daily, if you are in touch with current affairs, obviously you could see that in Andhra Pradesh, corona cases are rising like anything. Positivity is 16.2/3%. In India, the positivity rate is something around 7% to 8%, which mean to say that in Andhra Pradesh, corona cases are increasing like anything. So what is all about this percentage? Because we are comfortable in calculation. Now let me tell you what is this 16.2/3%. Come on student. What is this 16.2/3%? In Andhra Pradesh, it is given that corona cases are registering 16.2/3%, that is 1/6. So what is 1/6 students? Every 6 cases we are testing for positive, 1 case is turning to be positive. Every 6 cases we are testing for corona, 1 case is turning to be positive, which in Andhra Pradesh every 6 cases, 1 case is supposed to be confirming as positive. Therefore, in fraction we say that 1/6. In percentage we say that it is 16.2/3%. What is the meaning of 16.2/3%? For every 100 cases you are testing, close to 16 cases are confirming as positive. Come on student. In fraction, for every 6, 1 case. In percentage, for every 100, come on man, 16.2/3. Of course, it can be close to 17. I hope you understand. I hope you understand what I mean. Do you understand that? So this is all about calculation. Unless we have the capacity of calculation, we cannot come to a conclusion. Why Andhra Pradesh is supposed to be in hotspot as far as corona is concerned? In the remaining part of India, the positivity rate is not something like this. If we take India altogether, out of every 12 cases you are testing, only 1 case is turning to be positive. Therefore, for every 100 cases you are testing, close to 8 cases are turning to be positive. Therefore, for every 6 in Andhra Pradesh 1, but in India for every 12 it is only 1. Can we have a positivity comparison something like? So it is almost double. When we compare with the rest of India, Andhra Pradesh is registering at the double the rate. I hope you understand students. This is the significance of calculation. Actually, the significance of calculation is only basing on this calculation. You see, the people who are usually, the people who study this calculation part, they come to a conclusion how it is spreading like, and when the situation is going to come to normal. This is something like we can come to a conclusion basing on this particular calculation. So calculation is one of the very important aspect of taking any decision. I hope you understand students. Now let me tell you some comparison between Andhra Pradesh and Tamil Nadu. Let me take some comparison between Andhra Pradesh and Telangana. Let me tell you that. Out of 60,000 cases we have tested for coronavirus, Andhra Pradesh have registered something around 10,000 cases to be positive, right? Which mean to say that cancel everything, my dear students, 1 by 6. So that is our positivity rate. And for every 60,000 cases that are tested in Telangana, they registered only 3,000 positive cases. Isn't it? Therefore, if you cancel all the values, 3 by 60 means 1 by 20. Now, if we have to, if we are supposed to compare these two states, let me tell you the process of comparison. For every 6 case, 1 case turning to be positive. For every 20 testings, only 1 case turning to be positive. 1 out of every 6, 1 out of every 20, it is an indication how rapidly corona is spreading in Andhra Pradesh when we compare with Telangana. And if you want to convert the same into 100, come on student, that comes around 16 2 by 3%. If you want to convert the same into percentage, it comes around 5%. So these figures I have taken from newspaper because that is only source where we can get the information. By this, I just want to give you an interesting suggestion. Whatever we are learning over here, you need to apply the same in our day-to-day life. Then only we can come to know what is actually happening around us. Natural ability of learning. How the things are changing, how it is actually working out. Everything we can have a clarity only basing on calculation. So my dear students, whatever we are learning right now, we will be applying the same in our day-to-day life. From today onwards, we will be discussing everything comparing with our day-to-day life. Then only you will be able to understand the topic, you will be able to apply the same when the situation comes. You understand that? So shall we continue our discussion? So before that, let me tell you some of the calculations. Let me give you some exercise basing on the calculation. Let us see how you are doing this. Come on student, come on, do it. Come on man. 10% of 4800, quick. Come on student. 11% of 4800, 15% of 4800. Come on student, make it fast. I just want to see how you are doing that. 16 2 by 3% of 4800. Come on. 33 1 by 3% of 4800. 12.5% of 4800. Come on student, I just want to check it out how many of you are doing that. Unless you do, I just don't want to go ahead. Come on students. Students, I am waiting for your options. 10% of 4800. Yeah. Come on. What's your answer? Right. Well done students, very well done. 10% of 4,800 is 480 because you are comfortable with the 10% for sure. And if I am asking for 11%, probably you must be doing like this. 10% is 480 and 1% is 48, therefore answer 528. Well done. 528. Come on student. Are you comfortable in 10% and 1% man? You know, no? 10% is okay and 1% is also okay for you. This is called 10% and this is called 1%. If I have to get 15%, what I do you know? 10% is 480 and 5% is 240. That comes 720. So if you know 10%, you can find 5% and thereby you will be getting this answer, right? Right. Come on student, because 16 2 by 3% is a standard percentage, the same can be converted into 1 by 6, hence your answer must be 800. So that is the advantage, that is the reason why I ask you to remember some of the percentages. You remember 16 2/3%, this is the percentage in Andhra Pradesh, just I told you right now, okay. Now 33 1/3% is again a standard fraction, that is equivalent to 1/3, 48 by, therefore your answer must be 1600. 12.5% is nothing but 1/8, so 48, 100 by 8, therefore your answer must be 600. So getting the calculations quickly will help us to understand what is actually happening around us. Unless if it has really any practical usage, my dear students, why do we discuss this topic? Almost for every competitive examination, you must understand that, okay. Come on student, now you are comfortable with that. Now next one, model number 2. Come on student, model number 2. Increase the following values, increase the following values, by 10% successively for 2 times. Successively for 2 times. Increase the following values by 10% successively for 2 times. You understand what I really mean, my dear students? I mean that if I gave you 1200, then how do you improve 10%? First 10%. 10% of 1200 is 120, that comes around 1320, and if you add another 10% to this, so the 10% is 132, therefore that comes around 1452. You understand students? First you add 10%, then add another 10% to that, okay. Comfortable? Should I give you some examples? Come on student, I give some examples so that I just want to see how you are doing this, and then we go ahead. Come on. First one, 1800. Second one, 3200. Third one, 142. Fourth one, 76. Come on student. Come on man. I give you some time and I just want to check it out how you are. I want to see the chart box. What is your response? Well done. Come on student. Keep doing. Keep doing. First you add 10% and then again 10%. First you add 10% of 1800. So what you do, my dear students? First you must add 10%. What is 10% of 1800? 180. You know that 10% of 1800 is 180. And to that you have to add another 10%. Another 10%. Tell me what is 10%? 198. Therefore, your answer must be 2178. This is how you usually develop some, what I can tell you, a kind of calculation. Calculation is all important, okay. Come on student, 10% of 3200. 10%, you know how much is 10%? 320. 3520. Again 10%. How much is 10% of this? 352. Therefore, 3872. You understand what is 10%, my dear students? You must be. Come on. What is 10% of 142 man? That is 14.2. Again, we are adding 10%. What is 10% of this number? A decimal adjust, that comes around 15.62, and hence your answer must be 171.82. You understand what is the 10% of any given number, man? 10%, if you know 10%, you can understand the remaining. 10% of 76 is 7.6, that comes around 83.6. 10% of this number is 8.36. Hence your answer 91.96. Hopefully you are able to get what is 10%. You are responding, yes, that is very, very, very important. If you don't respond, I will not be able to continue the class, because this is an interactive session. This is aptitude, not subject. You understand, students? Now you are comfortable with the calculation part. Now I hope that now I think we can go ahead with our discussions. Come on, here. Start, student. Yesterday we could see up to question number 8, and now we continue with that. Students, I just want to see your comments before I continue. We discussed up to question number 8. Shall I continue, or if you want to ask me any questions? You are most welcome. Whatever the query you may be having, yes, I need to cover it. Should I continue? Yes or no, students? Yes or no? Students, yes, I am waiting for your response. Should I continue, or else I need to get back? Up to question number 8, are you comfortable? Right? Start. Question number 9. First, let me complete the questions, and if you have any queries, we will be discussing. Come on, student. Question number 9th one. Just look at that. First of all, whenever there is a question in aptitude, you must be able to understand the question properly. Then only you may be able to handle that. Come on, student. A student was awarded certain marks in an examination. A student was awarded certain marks in an examination. He was awarded certain marks. However, after revaluation, his marks were reduced by 40% of the marks that were actually awarded. Very well done. Very well done. Students nowadays are not satisfying with their percentages. Even if they get 99%, they again going for evaluation. I really don't understand what they wish. Do they expect 101%? I really don't understand. 2 years ago, I still remember that one girl in Krishna Jilla, she applied for evaluation even after she is getting 99%. If something like this happens, they don't apply for evaluation. It's a lesson for them. It's a lesson for you as well. But luckily, you don't have this examination this year, you are so lucky, students. You are Corona students. Corona year. So that, no problem, right. Come on, student. Now, however, after evaluation, his marks were reduced by 40% of the marks that were originally awarded, and to him, so that the new score now becomes 96. Tell me, students, what is 96? What is 96? That was 60% of his actual score. Am I clear? How do you understand that? What is the parameter of getting that conclusion? Simple. So, students, first of all, I will go slowly, because yesterday you said that I am going a little faster, therefore I just slow down, and even if you have any doubt, we will discuss. Come on. Because his marks were reduced by 40%, how much percent is remaining? 60% is remaining. You understand that? Because 40% was taken away after the revaluation. So, that 60% is equal to 96. Now, what is your answer? How many marks did the student lose after evaluation? How much percent did the student lose? 40%. And 40% is equal to how many marks? 40 into 96 by 60. Come on, student, we cancel. 6, it get cancelled for 16 times. 4 into 16 is 64. You understand that? Hopefully, yes. Because this is the percentage that is remaining after losing the marks and evaluation. These are the marks remaining. 60% is 96, 40% is how much? Right. No problem, students. First we discuss the remaining questions, then maybe you will be able to understand that. Question number 10. Question number 10. Kajal spends 55% of her monthly salary. Kajal spends 55% of her monthly salary on grocery, clothes and education in the ratio of 4:2:5. Come on student. She is dividing 55% of her monthly salary in what way? In what way, my dear students? In the form of grocery, clothes and education in the ratio of 4:2:5. I think you understand this. Therefore, tell me how many parts she is putting for clothes? Obviously 2 out of 11 into 55%. Do you understand what I mean, my dear students? This cancels for 5 times. Therefore, 10%. Do you understand what I did? 55% is divided into 3 parts, 4:2:5 in the ratio of 4:2:5. So, clothes 2 parts out of 11, you understand 4 plus 2 plus 5, 11, that is 10%. So, this 10% of the amount is equal to 5,540. What is your answer? What is your question? What is Kajal's monthly salary? That is 100%. How much? If my question is how much she is earning, this must be your answer. Therefore, 55,400. I believe that you are able to get it right. Students, remember, this is the one method of solving this question. Once you are capable of doing like this, I will be introducing another method. First, you try to understand the question. First, let us try to get the perfection. After that, we will be discussing this question in different ways. Okay? Just look at that. Kajal spends 55% of her monthly salary, total salary, out of total 55%, she is dividing into 3 parts, G, grocery, cloth and education, in what ratio? 4:2:5. Therefore, 2 by 11 into 55, that is 55%. You understand that 55% is the total, is the amount she is spending. So, 10%. 10% is the money she is spending on clothes, and that is given 5,540. If 10% is 5540, then how much is 100%? Total salary is obviously 100%. You understand that? Yeah. You get more clarity, students, no problem. Just let me complete question first, then again we come back to the original topic. Just look at that. Look at the question. Question number 11. You read the question properly, students. You read the question seriously, maybe you will be able to get it. Rohit spends 40% of his salary on food, 20% of his salary on house rent, 10% on entertainment and 10% on conveyance. Tell me how much percent is spending out? 40 plus 20 plus 10 plus, come on student, 10. So, what is the total percentage of salary he is spending out? 80% he is spending. After spending 80%, we can come to a conclusion that 20% must be remaining. The 20% must be equal to 1500. What is 80%, student? This is the spendings. These are different kinds of spendings. When 80% of the amount is already been spent by Rohit, how much percent he must be remaining? 20% is 1500. Now, what is his salary? That is 100%. Therefore, students, 100 into 1500 by 20. I think you can easily get it. Therefore, your answer must be 7500. Are you comfortable, students? Are you comfortable with this? If you are comfortable with, then I just move on to the next question. Okay? This is question number 11. Just note down the question as well. If you find any difficulty, we will be discussing this again. No problem. Okay? Now come on, student. Now we move on to the next question. Question number 12. Now I give you some time to get the answer. Come on, student, go ahead. Go ahead, go ahead. Why should I tell all the questions? Why don't you try? You try yourself. If you don't get it, then I will be able to explain you. Come on, yes. Yes, students, I am waiting for your reply. Yeah. Tell me how you are doing this question. Come on, student. Let me check it out. What is your answer? Yeah, just look at that. So, out of total number of students in a college, 12% are interested in sports. 12% are interested in sports. 3/4 of the total number of students are interested in dancing. 75% are interested in dancing. And 10% of the total number of interested in singing, that means 10%. Therefore, I can tell you that 97% got engaged in different activity. What do you think? Then what about the remaining 3 people? You need to engage in some activity, obviously, you know, that is what we call extracurricular activities. Oh, you are confused how we get this 3/4? I mean 75%, no my dear students, 3/4, if we convert the same into percentage, that is 75%, no? 3/4 means 75%, do you understand that? I hope yes. Now come on, student, 3/4 if we convert into percentage, that is 75%, that is what I have taken. 12 plus 75 plus 10, 97% got engaged in some activity. Therefore, I can tell you that 3% are idle and those 3% are equal to 15. What is the total number of students? 100% is how much? You understand this? 3% are not interested in any activity. The 3% is equal to 15. 100% is how much? 100 into 15 by 3. Therefore, your answer must be 500. Come on, man. Comfortable? If it is okay, then I will go to the next question. Yeah? This is question number 12. Just note down. If you find any difficulty, I said you already, I will be coming again. We will be discussing this again, no problem. Yeah, come on, look at the next question. Question number 13. Just look at that. Read the question, my dear students. Read the question, read the question, read the question. You may be able to come to a conclusion. A man invests 20% of his money in post office and 10% of the remaining in bank. 10% of the remaining in bank. And still he has left 14,400 cash with him. Probably, I think you must be trying this question something like this. 20% and 10%, he put 30%, he spent already 30%. Therefore, he must have left with 17%. That 17% is 14,400 and 100% total salary is how much? Are you doing like this, my dear students? If you are attempting to do this question like this, probably you are mistaken. You are mistaken. Tell me, students, what is the problem in this question, man? What is the problem in this question? Tell me, what is the problem? Tell me. A man invests 20% of salary in post office and 10% of the remaining. Not 10%, but 10% of the remaining. You understand that? 10% of the remaining. So, whenever the concept of remaining is concerned, we should not add 20 and 10% straight away. I hope you understand what I mean. Then whenever the concept of remaining is given, let the total salary be X. Let the total salary be X. First, after spending 20% in post office, he left with 80%. What is 80%? That is the remaining amount after spending 20%. This is the remaining amount. From this, he again spent 10%, therefore he left with 90%. That amount is equal to 14,400. 0, 0, 0, 0. 8 into 9, 72. 72 cancels for 2 times. X is equal to 200 is there and 100 you will be taking there. Therefore, your answer must be 20,000. The complication in this question, the point in this question is 10% of the remaining. If the concept of remaining is not there, probably we have straight away added 20 plus percent and 10%, but 10% of the remaining. You will be able to understand the logic if you are fully concentrating, my dear students. You must concentrate, it is mandatory that you must fully focus what we are discussing. This is a matter of skill. Okay, come on. Maybe next question, I think you may be able to handle this question, students. I give you some time, just go ahead. Come on, student, go ahead. I am waiting for your reply. I am not in hurry. I am not in hurry. Come on, go ahead. Read the question properly. Read the question properly. Prem Kumar gave 40% of his monthly salary to his wife. He is giving 40% of his salary to his wife. Therefore, he is called Prem Kumar, a person having the right name. He is giving 40% of his salary to his wife and he gave 25% of the remaining. Oh, remaining. Student, do you understand how we do whenever a question of remaining is given? Student, tell me. Whenever the question of remaining is given, let the original salary of Prem Kumar be X. Done? Right. 40% he gave away to his wife. Therefore, how much he left? 60%. How did he get the 60%? Because 40% he gave to his wife. Now he left with the 60%. Then again, he gave 25% of the remaining to his son. How much he left? 75%. After giving 25% to his wife. Again, of the remaining amount he spent 60% on education. If he spent 60%, he must left with 40%. You understand, students? And that remaining amount is equal to 2,700. Now let us see how much is X. You understand how we get this 60%? 40% is given to his wife. How we get this 75%? 25% to his son. How we get that 40%? 60% spent on medical. Therefore, education. Now let us see how much is X. Come on, student. 20 cancels for 3 times, 20 for 5 times, 25 3 times, 25 4 times, 0 0 4 4 cancel. Come on, man. 3 into 3, 9. 9 cancels for 3 times. Therefore, x is equal to 300 into 5 into 10, 50. That is 15,000. What is 15,000? That is x. X means salary of Prem Kumar. But you are not asked to find salary of Prem Kumar. Then what you are asked to find? The amount he gave to his wife. Therefore, after getting 15,000, you have to get 40% because this is the amount given to his wife. $15,000 is the amount Prem Kumar is salary of Prem Kumar. But your question is, how much amount is he gave to wife? Therefore, wife has taken 40% of his salary, that is 40% of 15,000. You understand the difference of remaining and not remaining, students? I hope you are comfortable now. Probably I must give you some exercise so that you will be more confident. Come on, write down the question. Write down the question, students. Just write down some question. I must give you some example. If I don't give you, obviously you may not be able to get it right. Answer this question. Question number 8. A man spends 10% of his salary on house rent and 20% on some house rent is over, on power current bill, and still he left with $4,900. Find his salary. Student, do it. Find his salary. Do it, man. Let me know the answer. Let me know the answer. Yes? What is your answer? Come on, man. 10% and 20%. Can we add 10% and 20% straight away? Come on, can we add? Yes, we can. 10% and 20%. That means that 10% and 20%, he already spent 30%. And how much percent is remaining? 70% is remaining. That 70% is equal to 4,900. Now your question is, what is his salary? How much is 100%? Do you understand this, my dear students? Come on, your answer must be 7,000. Tell me, are you comfortable or not? This is the solution. Can we add 10%, 20% straight away? Yes, we can. Because 10% salary and 20% on current bill. Therefore, the remaining is his salary. Are you comfortable, man? Should I give you one more example? Come on, this time we discuss this question in this way. Come on. Now, this is question number B. Question number B. A man spends 10% of his salary of his salary on rent, okay, and 20% of the remaining 20% of the remaining on current bill, and still left with still left with 3,600 rupees. Okay. Now my question, find his salary. ఒకసారి కామెంట్ చెప్పమనమ్మా. Come on students, I am not in hurry. 5,000 ఏమో. ఎంత ఆన్సర్? I am waiting students, I am waiting for your options. అది ఓకే, తర్వాత నెక్స్ట్. Wonderful students, excellent. Some of you has provided me the right answer. Wonderful, very good, excellent students. I really appreciate you because you are doing extremely well. Yeah. So whenever the concept of remaining is given, you cannot add 10% and 20% straight away, no. So in this case, you have to consider your actual salary as X. After spending 10%, 90% must be remaining. Well done students. And 20% of the remaining, 20% means 80%. After spending like this, he left with 3,600. Now you can get it, how much is his salary? 9 into 8, 72. 72 cancels for 50 times. Therefore, X is equal to 100 into 50, 5,000. Students, if I am going a little faster, if my calculations are not okay with you, please let me know. Because I don't know how you are really responding over there. But some of you are doing extremely well. And many of you are very interactive, that's very interesting. At least you know how to handle this question. You do it again, no problem. After this, if you find any difficulty, tomorrow also you can ask me. Come on student, so with your permission, I am moving on to the next question. Just look at that. This question number 15, I will be explaining after some time. Now we move on to question number 16. Question number 15, we will be discussing after some time. First, let me go on to question number 16. Just look at that. The price of a TV set decreased by 25%, as a result of which the sale increased by 20% usually. Whenever a company want to increase their sale, what they do? Obviously, they decrease the prices. Students, how China becomes monopoly in manufacturing sector across the globe? Because their price cutting. They give an article such a price that the other competitors cannot even imagine that can be sold at that price. That is the reason why I don't think that in recent, at least in recent coming days, I don't believe that China can be taken. It is not difficult. It's not something, an easy task as we usually say whenever there is any kind of conflict. We want to say that there should be no China product, but do we have an alternative for that at the same price and with the same quality? That's an issue. Students, whenever the price decreases, obviously sale increases. What will be the effect on the total revenue of the shop? You know what is the meaning of revenue? You know students, what is the revenue? How do you define revenue? What is the revenue of any shopkeeper? Revenue of a shopkeeper depends on sale and price. Revenue means collection. You know what is the meaning of revenue? Revenue means collection. Let me tell you. A shopkeeper is selling 10 articles at the rate of 100 rupees, we say that his revenue is 1000 rupees. A shopkeeper is selling 100 articles at the rate of 200 rupees. His collection, his revenue is 20,000 rupees. So, revenue depending on sale and price. If you want to improve your revenue, either you have to improve the sale or you have to improve the price. Chinese depend on quantity, Germany's depend on price. They usually sell less number of articles, but bigger price, greater price. Still they maintain the same revenue. Anyway, now you understand the very concept of revenue. Revenue depends on, come on student, price as well as sale, whatever it is, sale or price, whatever it is. Come on student, let us see that. In this case, let the original revenue be 100. Let the original revenue be 100 because we want to the same in percentage. What happened? Price decreases by 25%. Price decreases by 25%. How did I get 75%? Because the price come down 25%. The sale increased by 20%. Why 120? Sale increased by 20%. This is the original revenue. This is the effect of the price. This is the effect of the sale. Let me check how much we left. Let me check how much we left. 5 cancels for 15. 15 into 6, 90. Students, the revenue which we thought as 100 becomes 90. But you observe, revenue decreases by 10%. What we thought of revenue? We thought of revenue as 100, but that coming down to 90 after two such operations. One, price decreases by 25%. You understand the 75 by 100? Sale increases by 20%. After these two changes, the revenue becomes 90. So, 100 becomes 90, therefore, revenue decreases by 10%. I believe that one more question will help you to understand the question properly. Go ahead. 17th question. Come on student, do it. Come on student, come on man, you can do this question. Tell me how you are doing this question. Come on here. The length of a rectangle is increased by 30%. Length of a rectangle is increased by 30%. You know students, the area of rectangle depends on length as well as breadth, you know. If there is any change in length, area changes. If there is any change in breadth, area changes. Area depends on length as well as breadth, isn't it? Therefore, area of rectangle is given by the formula length into breadth. Tell me how many changes are happened in this case? Length increases and breadth decreases. Okay, let the original area be 100. Tell me what happened with length? Length increased by 30%. Length increased by 30%. Why 130 by 100? Increased by 30%. Come on. Breadth decreased by 10%. How much you should take? 90%. 130 by 100 because length increases by 30%. Breadth decreases by 10%. Come on student, cancel, cancel. How much we have? 117. The area which we have taken 100 becomes 117. Hence, area increases by 17%. Yes or no? Tell me students, are you comfortable or not comfortable? If you are not comfortable, I should give you one more example. If it is okay, then you have to explain me the next question. Should I give you? Are you ready, man? Come on. Try this question. I am waiting for your options. I am waiting for your answer, my dear students. Yeah? Anybody provided? I am asking you to explain me whether there is any increase or decrease in the expenditure. Oh, you want to see the expenditure? Expenditure depends on simply, students, if your mummy purchases 10 kg rice at the rate of 40 rupees, obviously expenditure on rice is 400 rupees, you know. Excellent students, excellent. Congratulations. Excellent. You done very good job. You have done wonderful job. Therefore, I think I should come to the point straight away. Expenditure depends on, come on student, consumption and price. Consumption and price. Isn't it? Expenditure depends on consumption and price. So, earlier you used to consume 10 kg at the rate of 20 rupees. The price was 200. In corona situation, what people, common people, mostly middle income group people, what they are doing, you know, maybe your parents, some of your parents must be doing this. They are reducing the consumption because the economy has come down drastically. They have no other option, but they have to reduce. So, this is how they are doing. You should reciprocate them. You must do your work so that your parents should be so happy. So, expenditure, let the expenditure be 100 students. What happened, you know? Price increases by 20%. What is 120 by 100? Significance of 120 by 100 is increases by 20%. And the consumption decreases by 20%. You understand why 80? Yeah. Cancel students, everything cancel. 12 into 8, 96. The value which you have thought of 100 becomes 96, therefore decreases by 4%. Your answer is second option. Comfortable, man? I hope so. Excellent. Many of you have given me the answer. That's really encouraging. Yeah. But students, I just want to tell you one interesting point. Whenever this kind of questions are given, we can handle this question even easy. You know how? You know? Let me tell you. So, tell me, whenever expenditure percentage increase and percentage decrease are same, you can straight away put your answer 4%, multiplying these two. So, this we can use when percentage increase and percentage decrease are same. Of course, this is also process, that is I do not say it is not. But if increase and decrease are same, you can straight away use this technique. Note down students, note down. A small note, you please note down the note. You note down this point. If percentage increase and percentage decrease are same, if percentage increase and percentage decrease are same, percentage increase and percentage decrease are same, then there is always loss, in the total transaction, the net loss percent is equal to percentage increase into percentage decrease by 100. This you can use if percentage increase and decrease are same. Of course, you can take it 100 man, but this is a more simplified way. You understand? We move on to the next question. Maybe this time you get more clarity. Question number 19. Look at that, my dear students. Question number 19. What happened in question number 19? Check it out. A number first decreased by 10%, first decreased by 10%, then again increased by 10%. Whenever a number first decreases by 10%, again increases, as I told you that there is always loss. Tell me what is the loss? 10 into 10 by 100. The loss is 1%. And this 1% is 20. You check it out. Therefore, how much original number? Your answer 2000. Students, 12th question I said we will be discussing after some time. Some questions I am leaving because I want to see that you get more clarity now. You understand, student, why did I use the concept of net loss? Because increase and decrease are same. Whenever increase and decrease are same, there is always loss. Loss is 1%. 1% is 20, 100% is 2000. Therefore, the number is, the original number is 2000. I hope you are able to understand it right. But we need to apply the same for practical usage, then only you will be getting more clarity. Okay, student, now we take a break for 5 minutes and we will be back and we complete the remaining questions. Right. So, I think you are able to handle percentage a much better way. Yesterday's paper is actually mostly consisting of calculation. Well, we will be discussing that because most of the questions comes under calculation part. And as we are already doing calculations almost for third day, maybe you are so comfortable in that. Anyway, we complete the session and then we discuss paper also. Come on, student, we discuss one more question. Look at that. So, this one we discuss question number 19 here. Now, question number 20. Look at that, my dear students. Question number 20. 20 we discuss tomorrow. Just leave it for today. Now, we move on to the next question. Question number 21. The price of an article is reduced by 20%. The price of an article is reduced by 20%. Look at this question, my dear students. The price of an article is reduced by 20%. To restore it to the former value, by what percent the new price must be increased? This is very interesting, student. As far as percentage is concerned, let me tell you one interesting point. Let me suppose I have got 100 and I am increasing this value by 10%. If 100 is increased by 10%, the number becomes 110. What do you think? Isn't it? 100, if it increases by 10%, becomes 110. Okay. Do you think that if I decrease 10%, if I decrease 10%, where I will come? Probably tell me that which number I arrive at. If I decrease 10% from 110, what is the 10% of 110? 11. 110 minus 11, that is 99. Do you understand what I really mean? What I really mean, students? Tell me what I really mean. So, if a number is increased by 20%, if you increase a number by 10%, the number becomes 220. But can you get back by 200 if you decrease by 10%? No. Because 10% of 200 is 20, but 10% of 220 is 22. By this, what do you understand? Percentage is only one-way process. Percentage is only one-way process. There is a popular dialogue in Telugu. Chudu okavaipe chudu. Percentage is something like that. It is only one-way process. So, if you increase by 10%, you cannot get back by simply reducing 10%. You understand that? Then if that is the case, then how do we answer this question? The price anyway reduced by 20%. If you want to restore, if you want to make it right, is it enough to increase 20%? No. Want me to explain you by giving an example, man? Okay, then take 100, reduce 100 by 20%, 80, done. What I did? I reduce 100 by 20%, then it becomes 80, done. If you increase 80 by 20%, do you get 100? Yes or no? No. Because 20% of 80 is 16. 16. It never becomes 100. Then what is the payout? Now I will be giving you two important results, my dear students. Note down. Please note down. Percentage increase is equal to percentage decrease by 100 minus percentage decrease into 100. By the way, one more formula, my dear students. Percentage decrease is equal to percentage increase by 100 plus percentage increase into 100. The first formula we will be using, whenever a value decreases, how much percent the value increase? Whenever a value increases, how much percent it should decrease to make it original? So these two formulas we will be using very often. Let me tell you when these two formulas are used, in which condition we apply these formulas. Interested students? Now listen, just listen. Question number 21. The price of an article is reduced by 20%. To restore it to the former value, by what percent the new price must be increased? So tell me, what is the formula for percentage increase? Percentage increase is equal to percentage decrease by, come on student, 100 minus percentage decrease into 100. Therefore, 20 by 80 into 100. 24 times. 20, 100 by 4 is 25%. I hope you understand this. So if it decreases by 20%, proportionately it increases by 25%. I hope you understand. You get it right? Let us see in what another case we usually use this formula. Look at question number 22. The length of a rectangle, just look at that, my dear students. The length of a rectangle is increased by 20%. To keep its area constant, how much percent its breadth be decreased? Tell me students, what is the formula for decrease? Formula for decrease is percentage increase by 100 plus percentage increase into 100. Tell me, what is increase? 20. Therefore, 20 by 100 plus 20, 120 into 100. 20 cancels for 6 times. Therefore, your answer is 16 by 3%. Your answer must be 16 by 3%. Comfortable students? You understand when this formula we have to use? Right. Next. Question number 23. The price of petrol decreases by 25%. The price of petrol decreases by 25%. This is not in India. In India, petrol prices always increases. Okay? The price of petrol decreases by 25%. How much percent more petrol? Students, more means increase. How much percent more petrol? Petrol increase. Formula for increase is percentage decrease by 100 minus percentage decrease into 100. What is percentage decrease, my dear students? 25. 25 by 100 minus 25, 75. 25 by 75. 25 cancels for 3 times. 100 by 3, 33, 1 by 3%. This is also taken as 33.33%. Petroleum prices decreases. If you want to spend the same amount, you get more quantity. So, the quantity is given by. You understand? If petroleum prices decreases, you get more quantity. It never happens in India. Therefore, no problem for us. Right? You understand that. Come on, student. Next question. Question number 24. Tell me, students, what is question number 24? Just look at that. A's income is 50% more than B's income. Okay. Now your question, how much percent B's income less? Formula students, decrease. If you get more, I get less. If you get 50% more, let me check how much percent I am going to get. Percentage decrease is equal to percentage increase by, come on student. You remember these two formulas, we will be using these two formulas in many cases. What is increase? 50 by 150 into 100. Therefore, 33 1 by 3% or else 33.33%. Comfortable? You must know when we will be using this. Come on. Come on, student. Question number 25. Look at that. P and Q are inversely proportional to each other. P and Q are inversely proportional to each other. Inversely proportional. If increases, decreases. Decreases, increases. Inversely proportional. You know that? If P increases by 100%, then Q decreases by. What formula we are using, my dear students? We are using decrease. Percentage decrease is equal to percentage increase by 100 plus percentage increase into 100. Therefore, increase is 100. 100 plus 100, 200. Therefore, your answer is 50%. Hopefully, you come to know when we are using these formulas, in what circumstances these formulas are supposed to be used. Comfortable? Come on, student. Therefore, if you are comfortable, I will be giving you an example. You must get me the answer. Come on, start doing. 26. Do it. Students, I am expecting your answer. Post your answer. Increases, decreases. You have to use either of the formula. Yeah, students? Students, I am waiting for your answer. Any one of you? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What is your answer? Come on, man. Any one of you, man. Come on. Wonderful, wonderful. Excellent. Very good, very good. Excellent, students. Congratulations. Well done, well done. Yeah, that should be the response. That should be the response from your side. Well done. So, what you did and how you did it? So, if volume increases by 9%, then the percentage decrease If that increases, this decreases. Percentage decrease is given by the formula percentage increase by 100 plus percentage increase into 100. Well done students, very well done, very well done. I appreciate your sincere effort. You get it right. That's very good. And then inka comments unnayama? 900 by 109. How many times it cancels? 8 times. How much you left? 28. Therefore, your answer must be 1. It is not 18 students, it is 8, 2 by 28 by 109%. Okay students, so you are comfortable. I come to know that you are comfortable with this. I hope that I can go on to the next model with your permission. Should I? Yeah. Let me give you next, let us go to the next model. Let us see what question examiner is going to ask us. I think by this time you understand the importance of percentages. It's practical usage in our day-to-day life. Come on, one more question. Look at the question. Question number 27. Yeah. Once again, my dear students, question number 27 is, look at the practical usage. Look at the practical usage. A and B are two heavy steel blocks. If B is placed on the top of A, if B is placed on top of A, come on student, if B is placed on top of A, the weight increases by 60%. The weight increases by 60%. How much weight will reduce? Reduce. Formula, decrease. Percentage decrease is given by the formula. Come on man, come on man, come on. Therefore, what is your answer? 60 by 160 into 100. Therefore, this is 3 times, this is 8 times. So, 4 2 times, 4 25 times, 75 by 2, 37.5%. With this, we come to an end of this session, this particular model. When B is placed, it increases by 60%. If B is removed, the weight reduces by 37.5%. This is very important students. This concept is used while handling heavy vessels in deep water ports. In water port, in transportation, you see that this usually happens. We need to know what actually happens in handling heavy weights, something like that. At least you understand the very concept of percentage increase and percentage decrease. Congratulations, some of you are doing extremely well as well. I hope that we can move on to the next model. Look at that, my dear students. Question number 28. The side of a square is increased by 20%. The side of a square is increased by 20%. You see that this is a square. This is a square. So, if any of the side is increased by a little, obviously what happens, it will have an all round impact, and obviously area increases much more. Even a slight change in one particular side, it will have an adverse effect. Not only that, you also see a circle. If let us see the circle is having this much of radius. If radius increases a little bit, my dear students, it will have a serious impact on all area. What do you think? Isn't it? Therefore, whenever this kind of questions are given, I must tell you two important formulae. Note down. Note down students. If the relation is between x and x square, percentage increase is equal to 2x plus x square by 100 as well as percentage decrease is equal to 2x minus x square by 100. If the relation is between x and x square, remember side increases, area increases. Side decreases, area decreases. So the earlier formulas are not applicable in this particular question. Those formulas are increase, decrease. But here both increase. If side increases, area decreases? No, area also increases. You understand, students? Come on. These two formulas we will be using. Right now you just note down the formulas, and in coming days we will be discussing why this formula. Right now just listen. Here the question number 28, the relation is between side and area. Square side is given by A, square area is given by A square. Here the relation is between A and A square. Whenever the relation is between x and x square, percentage increase is given by the formula 2x plus x square by 100. What is x, my dear students? 2 into, come on, 20 plus 20 square by 100. 2 into 20, 40. 20 square is 400. Tell me what is your answer? 44%. If side increases by 20%, area increases by 44%. I hope you understand, my dear students. When we are using this formula, you are also aware. Now you are comfortable now. Shall we move on to the next question? Come on, student. So this question I am giving to you and waiting for some time to get your answer. Come on, student. Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead. I am waiting. I am waiting here. I am waiting, students. After your answer only, I tell you. Students, anyone is responding? 19%. Right. So, ekku mandi em bettaru? Students? No, any one of you, come on student, you are mentioning two answers, but only one of the answer is right. Now can you tell me which one is right? Yeah. Here the relation is between radius and area, right? Tell me, radius is r, area of the circle is pi r square. But anyway, pi is constant, we have nothing to do with pi. Here the relation is between x and x square. So when there is any such relation, percentage decrease is given by the formula 2x minus x square by 100. Tell me what is your final answer? Okay, final student, just look at that. So 2 into 10 plus, no it is not plus but it is minus. 2 into 10 minus 10 square by 100. 2 into 10 is 20. 10 square by 100 is 1. Therefore, your answer must be 19%. Is this okay or not, students? Tell me. Students, are we done with this model? Are you comfortable now? You understand when we are supposed to use this? Any more comments from your side? So, now we move on to the next question. Question number 30. The radius of a circle is reduced by 16 2 by 3%. Now the question, find how much percent its perimeter decreases. Here the relation is between radius and perimeter. Perimeter of a circle is also known as circumference. You may still remember, students, some of you have just completed intermediate, you know that. Radius is given by r, perimeter is given by 2 pi r. But 2 is constant, pi is constant. Here the relation is between only. No formula is needed in answering this question because radius and perimeter both depend on only r. No further change. If it reduces by 16 2 by 3%, perimeter also reduces by 16 2 by 3%. Change, both are same. Okay, students, now we stop the let us stop these discussions right now because already we have left with only 15 minutes of time and we need to discuss yesterday's paper as well. So let us stop the discussion. If you have any doubts, we will be discussing the same tomorrow. Yeah? Right. Pete ma, test pete. Percentages. Students, you take the test. Yesterday you might have taken the test now and we will be discussing the doubts in that, right? Yes, students. So, as far as calculation is concerned, let me give you some interesting points in calculation, and yesterday you took the questions from calculation only. Now, just let me tell you that. If I am asking you to calculate, just look at that. Find 19% of the following values. Find 19% of the following values. If I ask you to find how much is the 19% of 1200, how do you do it, man? How do you do it? You cannot get 19% straight away, you know. Then you must be getting 20%. How much is 20%? 240. You understand what is 240? 10% 120, 20% 240. How much I have to reduce? I must reduce 1%. How much is 1%? 12. Therefore, your answer must be 228. Of course, students, of course, man, 19% of 1200 can also be found like this. This is not a very big issue. We can do it like no problem, but I don't suggest. You calculate 20%, from that you reduce 1%. This is a very good method of getting the calculations. Once you are habituated to this, you will be able to do these calculations at much better way. Ready? Come on, students. Find 19% of the following values. Start. 3600, 2200, 640. Do it, man. Come on, students. 21%. So 19%. 19% means what is the process? Tell me, students. First we get 20%. What is 20%? 720. Because every 10% is 360, 360, 360, 720. From which we reduce 1%. How much is 1%? 36. If you reduce 36, you will be getting your answer. Therefore, your answer is 684. Okay, ma? Come on, do the remaining questions. I want to check how you are doing. Yeah. How much is 20%? 20% is 440. You know, every 10% is 220, 20% is 440. From that, you have to reduce 1%. How much is 1%? That is 22. Therefore, your answer is 480. I hope you understand this. Okay. Now, come on, student. What is 20% of 640? 20% is 128. Right, students? So, from which you have to reduce 1%. How much is 1%? 6.4. Therefore, your answer must be, come on, student, your answer must be 121.6. I hope you understand how we are doing these calculations. Are you comfortable, students? Should I move on to the next model? Come on. Let us move on to the next model. Now this time you have to get the answers. Find the following values. Ready? 21% of 1800, come on student, minus 19% of 1200 is equal to how much? Do it. Do it, man. 21% of 1800 minus 19% of 1200. Somebody must respond. Somebody must respond. How you get this 21%, my dear students? You get 20%, 20% is 360 and 1% to that you have to add 1%, that is 18, 378. You understand that? 21% can be found simply like this. Now, 19%. How do you find 19%? Again, 20% is 240, from which you have to reduce 1%, that is 12. Therefore, 228. But your answer must be 378 minus 228. Chudama 150 avana better emo? Yeah. I hope you the people are so comfortable in calculation. Now this is going to be final model in the part of calculation. Come on student, we discuss. Right. Do the final level. Now this time I will be giving you this exercise by putting some time. You have to do this. Yeah. I will come to that. I will come to that. Very good students. You are putting some questions. I really congratulate you. Now 21% of 1400. Quick, quick, quick. Come on student. Come on student. Yeah. 14% of 700. Come on student. 89% of 1200. Do it. 89% of 1200. Without using pen and pencil also we can do it. If you are comfortable in doing these questions, we can do without using pencil and pen. Yeah, I mean it. You know how to get 21% students? 20% is 280 and 1% is 14, 294. After some time you get to use it to this. Slowly you will be getting some confidence. Should I tell you how much is 14% of 70? 10% is 70, 4% 28, your answer is 98. Check it out. Check it out. Am I right? 10% is 70, 4% is 28. Check it out. 10% is 70 and 4%, because every 1% is 7, 4% 28. Answer is 98. What man? See how simple it is. Oh, 89%, very simple man. How do you get 89%? Very simple. What is 100% of the number? 1200. First you remove 10%. How much is 10%? 120. How much you get? 1080. Again you remove 1%. How much is 1%? 12. 1068. 89% you may not be able to get it quickly. Take 100%, 100% means the number itself. Reduce 10%, then 1%. Students, don't confuse. Getting perfection in topic is not that easy. It takes its own time. Don't try to conclusion that I have to do it quickly. No, it should not happen. It never happens. It happens in the due time. Okay, you just make it. Students, today's paper we will be discussing tomorrow because material is not ready with us. So, we will be discussing tomorrow. Okay. Today anyway you are taking some test now, this test and yesterday test also we will be discussing tomorrow. Right. Come on student, one important point I want to tell you. Just check it out. Check it out, what is its value? 10% of 20. Tell me how much is 10% of 20? Tell me students, 10% of 20? Yeah. It is 2. Okay, fine. Then tell me, how much is 20% of 10? It is also 2. Yes or no? Check it out. Therefore, by saying this, I just mean to say that 10% of 20 is no different from 20% of 10. In percentage, what is important point to note down is A percent of B is no different from B percent of A. You can ask me, sir, why you are telling this? So, when we use this, yes, I need to tell you. The significance of this topic is something like this. We will be using this concept in this particular cases. For example, if I ask you to calculate how much is 240% of 20? Probably it is a little complicated one. Then what I do, you know, I take this number as 20% of 240. It is easy to calculate now, because every 10% is 24 and 20% is 48. Many techniques. More we learn, more we get the perfection. I told you already, this is a matter of skill. Skill is something that you will be getting only in due time. Don't expect to get the skill within 1 or 2 days. There is no shortcut method. Today you will be taking a test. Maybe out of 60 questions, you can answer only 30 questions. No problem. The remaining 30 we discuss. Don't under impression that you have to get every question right now, because still we are learning. Still our topic is not completed. Maybe some questions you may not be able to do. Never mind. So, you will get the command over the topic only after few days, not immediately. Don't confuse. Ready? Come on students. If I ask you to answer this question, then how do you do it? How much is 128% of 10? What is 128% of 10? Come on student. I am waiting for your reply. How much time you are taking, man? Come on, quick. What is your answer? Very simple. 128% of 10, we can take the number as 10% of 128. Your answer is 12.8. So, this condition we can make use whenever there is such need. Anyway, okay students, now with this we come to a conclusion of today's class, and tomorrow we will be continuing. Today we are going to take the test. So, maybe many of the questions you don't know, no problem. You answer how many questions you can. If you don't know, we discuss tomorrow, no problem. In the process of learning, you don't feel any kind of, what I can tell you, a kind of shy or a kind of desperate. No need to be like. This is the process of learning. We try to learn as many as possible. Thank you students. If you do have any doubts, you please keep your doubts with you. Tomorrow we will be discussing that. Thank you. Have a nice day.